longtime trainer and coach of Gervonta Davis, Calvin Ford, came out and he had a discussion at the press conference. He went up and asked a question at the podium, and he was saying he wasn't involved with the press conference. He was just in the crowd, and he was asking Jake Paul and Tank Davis, "What do we? Can you change the glove size? Like, can we go with an 8 ounce for Tank and 10 ounce for you?" I mean, he's alluding to the size difference between those two guys and how big Jake Paul is compared to Tank Davis. It's just the 10 ounces with Jake Paul's weight is not going to feel the same as a 10 ounce glove with Tank weight and his power behind that punch. It's just not going to feel the same. Even Jake Paul knows that he had a 14 ounce glove when he fought Mike Tyson. So in his mind, he's like, okay, well, Mike Tyson. And people would say, well, Mike Tyson was probably worried about Jake Paul's power too. That's why I went with a 14. And Mike Tyson's older. Yeah, that's true. But the way Jake Paul was boxing, he was really trying to beat Mike. He wasn't out there like, oh well, I'm just gonna be safe and everything. No, he was out there going for it all. So in this case, I expect the same thing with Tank Davis. He's gonna try to go out there and win the fight. Every fight that Jake Paul's been in, he's tried to win the fight. I know he lost to Tommy Fury. He tried to win that fight too. Tommy Fury just a guy who's same size as him and ran into a situation. He's a professional boxer. But with Calvin Ford asking this question, I'm glad he asked because it shows the seriousness of this situation. He said that he's a very serious person and this is a very serious fight. And the glove size of just 10 for both guys, it just doesn't feel right. And for him to even say that, I'm glad he said it because you could let this situation or time go by and you not say anything. And then you'll look back later, it's like, oh man, I should have said something. And then you have situations like with Tank betting with Roach recently, and Calvin Ford was like, you guys are up here betting money and stuff. This is not going to make the situation less serious. It's getting very serious when guys is putting up money, especially millions, trying to bet it. And I know people said Tank said he wasn't going to pay or whatever. Bro, they shook on the bet. Jake Paul going to try to make sure he is on the winning side no matter what. When you got money coming in, then you try to throw other money on top of it. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a situation where he's going to try to go for all of it. He's not trying to lose any money in this situation. He's trying to gain money. That's why Calvin Ford, like, okay, y'all can get paid for the fight or whatever. Then when you start throwing in bets, and that's when he started to look at it like, hey, we already got this glove size situation going on as far as 10 ounces. Now you guys, you went from 14 against Mike to 10 against Tank. So, yeah, that's something to definitely look at. I mean, if you're a trainer and you definitely have been with Tank Davis from the beginning, you will want to make sure he's in the best situation possible. Tank was like, oh, it's all right. Calvin was like, nah, it's because y'all up here betting money now. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make sure that this guy knows that I'm here to protect you in any situation. I'm not trying to have other situations happen like we've seen recently in boxing where guys is coming in overweight and it's just the glove situation is not right. Yeah, you got to make sure all that stuff is in order. But you're taking this fight with Jake Paul, and Jake Paul looks like he's running the show. He's calling the shots. Not all around, but he looks like he's calling the shots, man, as far as his side. He's A side. Everything that's being asked as far as this event is going through him. So when you're Calvin Ford, yeah, you got to be cautious because Tank Davis hasn't been a B-side type of fighter in a long time. Very long time. So for him to be the B-side going into this fight, it feels different. And you kind of know that he's not in control. And when Jake Paul is a guy who has this much invested behind him, you can't really pull the power thing or we're bigger and I'm a bigger fighter and I'm the face of this and that. That conversation is not even coming up if you notice. But the glove size of Calvin Ford, yeah, he did the right thing. He's trying to make sure that his fighter is in the best position possible to be safe and also to be competitive. You don't want to have this as a one-sided thing that's not even supposed to happen before you get in the ring. But when you take that payday and a lot of other things, people say, well, it's just about the payday. When it comes down to it's just about the money, then the stuff inside the ring really don't matter to most people. It's either like, hey, I'm taking this fight for the money. when we hearing that other things as well about fights that could be made, but when you take this for the money, you can't really call the shots like that. It's like you winning the lottery, but you want to tell them how much you want now and then you'll take this later. It's like, nah, you get it when you get it. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.